The name of this tutorial is Ira Krakow's Python 3 tutorial, Part 4, Slicing. In Part 3, we were introduced to lists, which let us work with more than one variable at once. We also saw how to reference parts of the list, say the third element in the list as x, as in x bracket 2, since we start numbering from 0, using the brackets operators, and how to use negative numbers to reference list elements from the end. In this tutorial, we'll go into more detail about how to get parts of strings and lists by use of slicing. Slicing also uses the square brackets, but in a new and different way. As usual, start Blender 2.5. We'll be using the Python console for the most current version, 2.5 Alpha 2. Go to the scripting setup, position the cursor in the Python console window at the lower left corner, and press Control down arrow to maximize the window. First, we'll look at slicing up strings. We'll start by working with the string happy blendering. You can use the same square brackets operator on strings that you use with lists. So enter s equals happy blendering. The list numbering starts at 0. So s square bracket 0, you get an h. The last element is referenced by -1. So s bracket -1 gives you a g. For this purpose, think of a string as a list of characters. What if you wanted to extract a part of a string, for example, the word happy? This is where slicing comes into play. The slice operator uses the colon to extract a range of characters in a string with a bit of a twist. The number to the left of the colon is the starting position, and the number to the right of the colon is the ending position, -1. You might think that if you enter s square bracket 0 colon 4 close square bracket, you'd get happy, but you actually only get hap, H-A-P-P, the first 4 letters. You need to enter s square bracket 0 colon 5 closing square bracket to get happy. The rule is that to find the number of characters you'll get back, subtract the number to the right of the colon, the 5, by the number to the left of the colon, the 0. So a left square bracket 1 colon 2 close square bracket gives you an a, which is the second letter, S1, but the length is only 1 character, stopping at S2. If the second number is equal to or less than the first number and both numbers are positive, the null string is returned. So S square bracket 2 colon 1 closing square bracket will give you the null string. If we omit the number after the column, the rest of the string from that point is returned. So S square bracket 1 colon close square bracket will get you happy blendering without the first H. On the other hand, if we omit the number before the colon, the start point is the beginning of the string. So S square bracket colon 5 close square bracket will get you happy, which is the same as S square bracket 0 colon 5. If you omit both the beginning and ending element numbers, you get the whole string. That makes sense. Start at the beginning and end at the end. So S square bracket colon closing square bracket gets you happy blendering. How do we get the word blendering? If you try S left square bracket -10 colon -1, you get blender in, but you missed the last letter. The scan started from the 10th letter from the end, the B, and ended but did not include the last letter, the G. Remember that the last element is not returned. To get it, omit the 1. So S left square bracket -10 colon right square bracket will get you blendering. There's a third parameter. If you add another colon, you get every nth element. So S left square bracket colon 2 will get HPYBEDRN, which is the first, third, fifth, seventh, and so on letter. Skips every other letter. Or S left square bracket colon 3 right square bracket will get you HPBNRG, the first, fourth, seventh, etc. elements. As I said, strings behave almost like lists. The one area where lists behave differently from strings is that a string cannot be changed. So if you try to insert a string as in S left bracket 5 right bracket equals Python, you'll get an error. It's a type error that says string objects don't support item assignment, which is correct. You'll get an error message. To get around it, if you wanted to return happy Python blendering, use the plus operator. Enter t equals s square bracket colon 5 plus Python, enclosed with spaces at the end and the beginning, plus s square bracket -10 colon right square bracket, and then just enter t and you'll see happy Python blendering. Slices can be used with lists. We'll create a list called S, and the list will consist of 4 elements, the quick brown fox. Using the -1 colon notation, you can add more elements to the end of the list. So S -1 colon, and we'll add jumped over the lazy dog, and enter that, and you can get the quick brown jumped over the lazy dog. Because the fox, you get the quick brown jumped over the lazy dog. So the last element got overwritten. To insert a list before the nth element, use the n colon n notation as follows. S 1 colon 1 equals very. So now we have the very quick brown jumped over the lazy dog. Use the empty element, assigning to a slice, to delete a range of elements. So S 1 colon 4 equals left square bracket, right square bracket, and S will get you the jumped over the lazy dog, which will have deleted the second, third, and fourth elements. The tuple is a cousin of the list, so just assign a comma-separated list of values to a variable. A tuple prints in parentheses. It behaves exactly like a list in terms of slices. So we'll enter 3 elements for S. We'll assign S equals 2 comma 100 comma quote Ira. And then S left square bracket 1 colon 2 will get you 100 comma. And S 1 colon 3 will get you 100 comma Ira. However, like a string and unlike a list, you cannot change a tuple element. So if you try to assign Eduardo to S left square bracket 1 colon 3 right square bracket, you get a type error which says tuple object does not support line assignment. That's the basics of slicing, an efficient way to create substrings or parts of lists or strings. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to hit the YouTube subscribe button and to discuss my tutorial at forum.irakrakow.com. Happy Python blendering!